Okay, so here we go. Antidifferentiation. A function capital F is said to be the antiderivative of lowercase f if the derivative of capital F, F prime, is equal to little f. So the derivative of the capital F is equal to the little f. So if I take the derivative of the big function, it's equal to the little function, the derivative. For every x in the domain of little f, the process of finding the antiderivative is called antidifferentiation. That's a big word. Or the indefinite integration. Now, if I'm on Wolfram Alpha, I would say integrate, and then I would put in what the problem is. So it says verify that little f, this guy, and I think I may have these backwards, so that this should be big F here, is the antiderivative of this guy. So verify that x cubed plus 2x squared minus 6x plus 9 is the antiderivative of 3x squared minus 4x minus 6. That says that if I differentiate big F, I should get little f. So this was the derivative, right? And this is what I had to differentiate to get it. So let's see. Big F prime of x is, it's all power rule. What's the derivative of x cubed? 3x squared plus derivative of 2x squared is 4x. And the derivative of, whoops, that looks like I have a sign here too. Derivative of minus 6 is, minus 6x is minus 6. Derivative of 9 is 0, and this guy should be plus. I have to go ahead and change that master. Got too many typographical errors. Now, a function can have more than one antiderivative. So that says, suppose that g of x is equal to 3x squared plus 2x minus 6 minus 12. Well, that's different than this. The only difference is what? That's a plus 9, and this is a minus 12. What's the derivative? Well, g prime of x is 3x squared plus 4x minus 6. Well, that's the same derivative as capital F, right? Well, suppose that h of x is x cubed, and the only difference is 9 and 92. So h prime of x is 3x squared plus 4x minus 6, same as big F. The only difference is a constant. And I says, okay, well, if you're going to be that way, then let C be any constant. So what's the derivative? Well, k prime of x equals 3x squared plus 4x minus 6. And I said, you give me anything constant, and it would be the same as the derivative of big F. So that means this. It's called the fundamental property of antiderivatives. If f of x is an antiderivative, and notice what it's putting in here. Now, we don't have to worry too much about this because this is brief calculus, and what we're working with are polynomial functions, right, and rational functions. Most of our functions are continuous almost every place. A continuous function, then any other derivative of f of x has the form g of x equals capital F plus c. So that says when I do the antiderivative, I'm going to add a c to it because I don't know what the constant is. We had three functions, one with all three with different constants, and they all had the same derivative. So that says when given a derivative and you're going backwards, you don't know what the constant is. It could have a constant, it could not have a constant. So that means that when you write your answer, for an indefinite integral, you're always going to make it a plus c. Because you don't know what the constant is. So here we go.